Hey guys, today in my kitchen we are making beautiful bread. Whether you want it plain or extra cheesy, this recipe is for you, so stay tuned. Welcome to my kitchen and let's see what I am baking. You will need bread flour and whole wheat flour, or you can substitute all-purpose, traditional yeast or active, some salt, Camembert cheese, salted butter, some crushed red pepper flakes, and rosemary dried or fresh, garlic, and some oil. So let's get started, shall we? First, we are going to start with our bread flour. We are going to measure out 3 cups of bread flour and 2 3/4 cups whole wheat flour, and we're gonna add it to a nice big bowl. I'll see you back here when I've done that. You're not baking unless you are getting flour on the counter, of course. And then 2 3/4 of whole wheat flour, like I said before. I'll see you back here in a second. And then we are gonna add a good pinch of salt. Make a well in the center, meaning a small indent in the middle and the flour around the sides. And then I am gonna add 2 1/4 cup warm water. You don't want it to be too hot, don't want it to be too cold. So 2 1/4 cup water that is warm to the center of that. Now add in 2 1/2 teaspoons of yeast. Put it on top of your water so it can rise. While we let the yeast rise a little bit, we are going to move on to preparing our Camembert. So I'm just gonna unwrap it, and I'll see you back here in a second because these things can be hard to get open. She says as she successfully opens it on the first try. So for our Camembert, we are simply just going to cut a circle around the top rind. It doesn't have to look pretty, just needs to be able to come off. And then we are slowly just going to take that rind off, bit by bit, being very careful. And then I'll show you what to do next. So see how I just took the top off there? You want a couple Camembert so you can have a replacement for when this one is done. So I would prep them all now, just so you have them ready to go. And then with a couple cloves of garlic, if I can speak today, we're just gonna cut them into nice little splinters on a bias so it looks prettier. See how I cut them the long way? Don't you worry. And then we are gonna poke these into the Camembert all around. Kind of like that. Also, when we bake the Camembert, I'm gonna put it in a small dish like this so I can bake it without it getting everywhere. And now let's move on to the other toppings for it. So now I'm either gonna take fresh rosemary, or in my case I couldn't get any, so I'm gonna do a little pinch or 2 of dried rosemary. Just sprinkle it on top. And a really small pinch of crushed red pepper flakes or 2, and that'll help flavor it. Season with some salt and pepper. Just a little bit will do ya. And that is as easy as it is to make the Camembert cheese ready for the oven. Before we continue with making our bread, why don't you go ahead and leave a like, subscribe, comment, and share. I really appreciate those that do. It really helps my channel go so far, and thank you. You can see how bubbly the yeast has gotten. That is exactly what we want. So now that it is nice and bubbly, I'm just gonna go ahead and mix everything together until it all forms a nice dough. You might have to go in with your hands at some point, and that's perfectly okay. If the mixture ends up being too dry, you can just add a little bit more water, and if it ends up being too wet, add a little bit more flour. So I am just going to start bringing this in with my hands, and I'll see you in a second. So in my case, because of the weather, it's looking a little bit too dry, so I'm just going to add a little bit of water in bit by bit until this all comes together and the flour pulls away from the sides of the bowls. If you really want to, you can also do this in a stand mixer. I am just going to give this a couple kneads, not for too long, just until it comes together. And that's when you know your bread is ready to rise. So now that my bread is all nice and cohesive, I'm just going to wash out my bowl, oil it, and then I'm going to set my bread in, cover it, and let it rise for about 2 hours. Look what we spotted, a flicker. And while my bread starts to rise, I am going to start doing my dishes for the day. See you back here in 2 hours. And we're back, but not with the bread. The bread is still rising. I forgot to mention that you're going to take either a square or like a pizza pan, like square round pan, and you're going to set your Camembert in the center like so. And while we wait for the bread to rise, that's going to be set up and all nice to go. And we'll also chop some butter into small cubes, about 1/4 cup. And that'll be for placing on top of the bread. And as it bakes, it's just going to get all amazing and delicious. So let's just do that now quickly. Take my butter knife, cut a slab off, and then I'm just gonna do tiny cubes. And we'll see you back here once the bread is ready to be formed. This is what the butter looks like, nice and small. And this is our bread once it has risen. So all we're going to do is we're going to turn it out on our surface. We're going to cut it into half. And then we are going to roll it out into a log. And we want to get 30 pieces out of this. So you want it to be a nice long log. And I will show you how to get it into 30 pieces once we come back. Okay, once you have it rolled out, we're simply going to chop it into thirds. Roughly, it doesn't have to be perfect. And then we're going to chop each of those into 5. Just like so, and I'll show you what to do next. So simply all you are going to do now is you're going to put your hand kind of like in cage form like this, and you're going to press down on the bread ball or bread piece in this case, to form it into a ball. You might have to pinch an end or two, but it's very easy to do. And then we are just gonna line them up around our Camembert dish. If you want to, you can get creative and make it into a wreath, or you can do other designs with it, depending on what holiday or celebration you're celebrating. I am just going to keep mine simple today. And if you can't do the cage thing, you can just squish it in your hands until it becomes a ball. Your choice. Just imagining that I am playing with Play-Doh right now. And in the end, I wound up doing a design. I am just going to put our little butter bits all around our dough balls now. And that'll help it kind of become buttery and good. If you're using fresh rosemary, you can also put some more fresh rosemary in all the little indents if you really wanted to too. So at this point, we are just gonna let it sit another hour covered up with our cloth that I have conveniently put over here apparently. And then we'll get baking it. In the meantime, why don't you go ahead and watch another one of my videos? I'm joking, it'll be like 2 seconds when I come back. And now I am just gonna preheat my oven to 350 and I'm gonna bake these for 30 minutes until the Camembert is bubbly and the bread is cooked through. And this is what it looks like when it comes out of the oven. I'm gonna let it cool for a second and then I'll dive in and let you know how it is. Or maybe I'll just go for it. I'll do my chef hands here. Give a nice little dip. Whew, hot. Set it right there. Try to get a bit more cheese on my next one. It is so good. And that is my Camembert melted cheese bread. It's so good, so delicious. Maybe let it cool for a second after it comes out of the oven and then you'll get more of the flavors, but even with it still being hot, I got a lot of flavor. So until next time, I'll see you later. Bye! What? I'm just looking at it with love. Smells so good. Hey, thank you so much for watching. If you want to see more content like this, please don't hesitate to like, share, and subscribe. I really appreciate it, and I hope to see you next time. Hey, banana.